Hi, everyone. My name is Charity. I spent about 10 years working for the State Department, 2 of those in Lagos, Nigeria, as a consular officer. And now I'm actually a university professor. So I'm here today to answer some questions regarding applying for and successfully securing a visa.
Thank you, Charity. I have another question for you. How to pass your B1, B2 interview in Nigeria?
Great. Well, there's a couple of different things. As a reminder for folks, B1, B2 visas are what we call non-immigrant or tourist visas. They're for short-term travel to the United States for business or pleasure purposes. The number one thing you have to think about when going in for your interview is to be prepared. And so here are some things to be ready that the consular officer is going to ask you and what your experience is going to be like. There's probably going to be a lot of people. You're going to be waiting a while. It can be really easy to get nervous. And your time with the officer is probably going to be fairly limited. So you want to listen to their questions, answer them directly, and be ready to talk about things like why you want to travel to the United States. Where are you planning to go? Is this one-time travel or do you plan to go more than once? Are you traveling with somebody? Other things they're going to want to know about too are, have you traveled out of Nigeria before, right? If you have, where have you gone? Did you come home when you were supposed to? Those sorts of things. And then they're going to ask about your life in Nigeria now. Are you employed? Are you a student? Where do you live and with whom do you live? Do you have a spouse, a husband, or a wife? Do you live with your parents? Do you have children? And those sorts of things, because the officer it has to ensure that there are really good reasons that you're going to come back to back to Nigeria after your travel is finished. So they're going to find out about, what your life is like every day. So I mentioned a lot of different things that the officer could potentially ask you about. But the good news is those are all things that you would know, right? You're going to know if you have friends or family in the US. You're going to know what you do every day for work or for school and those sorts of things. So it's really important when you get up to the window to take a deep breath, maybe even 2 deep breaths, and then listen to the questions that the officer asks you. Answer them directly, answer them honestly. Honesty is always the best thing. Anytime that you say something that doesn't make sense or is untrue or contradicts something else that you've told the officer, it's going to raise some concern in their mind. So take your time, answer your questions directly. If you don't understand the question, ask them to repeat it. That's fine too. Sometimes officers get a little busy and they can get a little rushed. They'll take the time to restate their question to ensure that you'll be able to answer it to the best of your ability.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
If you found this video helpful and you want to prepare for your visa interview, you want either myself or Charity to analyze your case and help you develop your answers so that the consular officer is not left with questions, you can book a one-on-one visa prep consultation on udetivisa.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.